in Neverland at the moment. I'm going to collect the first orphan of this season, so just making sure that I've got everything. Picking her up from Hoodsprit, so we've got some blankets, a crate, some water with some milk supplies, rehi, miracle tea and an arrival form. Be leaving in a bit, and we'll take you along the journey with us.
Hoodsprit is quite a scenic drive. You pass through a lot of wildlife farms and things like this, or game reserves, so there is a possibility of seeing a lot of animals, but as you can see, South African roads are deteriorating quite badly, so one has to keep your eyes open while travelling this distance. But it takes us about a good 2 hours to get through to where we're going in Hoodsprit.
So we've just arrived at Hoodsprit to pick up the first baby of the season. It is a small little baby sleeping at the moment. How long has the baby been with you?
2 days. 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so do you know what happened?
Apparently a farmer shot the mother.
Okay. So he's been eating well, drinking well?
Yes, very well.
Amazing. What a little sweetie. Do you know if they've got teeth?
No.
No.
Not
Okay.
yet. Starting now at the bottom, but not yet.
Okay, so probably around a week old then, maybe.
Alicia is one of our supporters down in the Dullstroom area on Nelspruit, always willing to help, and we're very grateful for Alicia. She's driven through a couple of monkeys all the way from there. It's a good 3.5 hours to 4 hour drive to Hoodsprit to bring them through to us, and she was the one that helped rescue Floki. While this little one does seem to be in fairly good condition, doesn't seem to be too worried about anything. It is quite a long drive back to the foundation, so it is always good to have company with you, somebody that can actually look after the little one and feed them when necessary, because it's not always nice to keep them locked up in a little cage, especially at this age, because they're very dependent on their moms. They do like the company, and probably this one's still a little bit bewildered and not really sure what's going on. Fortunately, the age of this little monkey makes it less traumatic basically for what's going on. He wouldn't really realize any difference in his life at the moment. But yeah, the main thing now is just to make sure we can get him to drink the formula that we got, and try get him back to the foundation as soon as possible. Sophie, of course, is one of our more experienced baby moms. So she's specially come out again this season just to help us out in this period of time. And it's fantastic to have people that know what they're doing, that worked with the little ones previously. So we know that we can send them out with complete confidence to help with the rescues, and then of course look after the little one. So the tough work is only just beginning. This little one's going to need 24-hour care and feeding throughout the night, and of course that's why we got Sophie.
Very calm little boy, aren't you?
Well, they arrived back from a long drive, got the little one safe and sound, and now of course he can go into the program of the foster mom, and hopefully we can get him a mom soon.
Let's go and meet our newest little arrival. This is baby mum Sophie's first pickup. Oh my gosh, look at that.
We didn't like the dirt road very much, did we? We didn't.
Let's get you in before you scream and attract the band. Lovely. Hello, little one.
Yeah, seems to be healthy, very tiny.
Oh, poor boys. And so what happened to this little one?
So the mother was shot, and it was brought to a lady who's taken in quite a lot of vervets, including Floki. So she got them 2 days ago. So she's had them since, and then we went and collected today. He was eating and drinking well. He's already had banana with her. Banana. And lactogen.
It's a new baby? It's very small.
Hi.
C'est lui qui parle. Ouais.
Alright. Sophie. Let's do some baby checks. So, can we have a look whether you're a boy or a girl, please? Yeah? It's okay. It's okay. I know, a lot has happened. You, sir, are a little boy. Little weeny boy. You have how many teepees? 4 little teepee pigs. So, he's come through at 9 days old. So, we will put you definitely over 9 days old. But you're not that big. So we'll say 10 to 14 days. Won't we, Bob-Eyes? 10 to 14 days. Yeah. We're an explorer, aren't we? Yeah?
Head. Yes, you do. Good boy. Yeah. No, don't bite. Don't bite. I know you can do it properly. That's it. Oh. No. No. You done? Boy.
So one of the bandit moms has just come over. Little Baba is screaming a little bit. She is a mummy herself, so it's not surprising. She's come over to see him. She's coming to make sure that the baby is okay, which is why we love the bandits. And it speaks to a lot of vervets is that she already has a baby. She knows it's not her baby, but she knows there's a baby in distress. So she's come over to see the little baby and make sure they're okay.
Little family.
This can be kind of troublesome sometimes when we do live in with the bandits, because it can make moving crying babies difficult, because they will come for us. They know they have the baby that we have the baby, and they obviously don't want us to have the baby. They don't know who the baby is, but they know the baby is upset. So if they hear a crying baby and they realise we have it, obviously they're not going to be happy. But it's only because they're very protective. This speaks to the allo parenting, allo mothering instinct to look after any baby, which we love. Just makes our life difficult sometimes. Just on the closing shift with little Atlas, as he's now been named, but he's just in here. We're a little bit tired, so we're just trying to get a little bit of sleep in because we're a bit grumpy. So it's just in a little bit of a makeshift sling, just so he's close to my heart here. He can go to sleep. We fed a bit like this, which he's enjoyed. I guess it's a lot like mum's. And now we're just relaxing. Not looking forward to trying to put him in his crate, which is here for the night, but every baby does it. So I'm sure he will be fine. He's with baby mum Sophie tonight. She's very experienced. You should imagine she'll have an eventful night.
It's Atlas's first night on night shift, so he arrived today and has been in Neverland for the afternoon. So he's currently on night shift and he's due a feed, so we're aiming to feed every 2.5 hours at the moment, and that means throughout the night as well. So we're just going to see if he's up and ready for some milk. So he's still sleeping at the moment, so we're just going to leave him for now and see if we can check on him in about 15-20 minutes. As long as he stays asleep, then that's good. It will just mean that he might be a little bit hungrier when he wakes up, but I will let you know how it goes when he's awake. Atlas has just woken up. It is 8:30, which means it's been about 3 hours since his last feed. He is nice and calm. I've turned down the light in here just to make it easier for him to go back to sleep, but we're going to try and give him some milk and see how much he drinks. He's had about 6 meals, so we're going to try again, see if he wants any more. Becky and Melina are just taking Atlas up to Neverland. He's just had his first night shift with me and slept through the night without crying, but decides that 7 AM is the time to wake up. So hopefully should be all good. He did really well. He had 17 mils of milk this morning, so it set him up really well for the day, and we will see how he gets on later today. We are just in Neverland with Atlas. We've got the fan on because it's a little bit hot in here, and Atlas's temperature is 38 degrees, so we just want to lower it down a little bit. He's been sleeping lots, drinking lots. He's had nearly 100 ml of milk, which is really great. Play facing and overall being the cutest little monkey. He's quite calm at the moment.
So we're just in Neverland with Sophie, Atlas, Medina, and me. And today's a big day for little Atlas. It's bath day. Now, normally we don't actually bath babies while they're in the quarantine unless they need it, so maybe they've been in a home with pets, maybe they've got dry skin, maybe they've got some sort of infestation or ringworm or something, but little Atlas is scratching a lot, so he's going to get a bath today.
One does have to be very careful with what kind of products one uses when washing these little ones. Their skin is very, very sensitive, and the oils on their skin are actually very, very important for them. So we try and use things that are very, very natural and break down very easily. And it's more of a rinse, not like a thorough wash. You're not trying to scrub everything off him, but it's just normally stuff that can help with any itchiness of the skin and make his life a little bit more comfortabler than it is at the moment. So like human babies, you get some little monkeys that enjoy actually taking a little bath and like the water. Others just don't want to get in at all. Sometimes I think it's just the idea that mom's washing you that you're not too pleased with it and can't do things yourself. But yes, we just have to make sure we do give him a nice little wash down. We're not too sure what they've come in contact in between the time that he was found and came through to us. And sometimes a lot of chemicals on people's clothes, the perfumes and things like this that they wear can affect the little one. That's why we ensure people working with them here don't wear perfumes or anything like that. You can't smoke and things like this, just to make sure we don't contaminate the little monkey in any way.
So we like to do baths on hot days. This is to make sure that they don't get too cold afterwards. Hi, it's all to bath you. And baths are very good just for checking the baby's skin, checking to see if they've got any bumps or cuts. So it's really good, especially for the older babies, just because you can kind of check them all over. Hi, we know you're okay.
Josie's popped by to say hello. We just gave him a bath.
Oh, look at him. Had a nice bath. How was he, Sophie?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Obviously didn't like it very much, but he did very well. Hi. Come here then. You want some food?
Celebratory banana, anyone?
This. Oh yeah. This. You've not looked at it yet. Do you want any papaya? Your hand's in it, Baba. No? What's this? Maybe we have to do this again later. You want any?
Day 3 of quarantine for little Mr. Atlas. We've had a great day. We are a chunky monkey. We like to drink lots of milk. Yeah, we don't like food, do we? But we like milk. We've been exploring today. We played on the feeding cage. That's the camera strap. We played on the floor, we climbed the window, we got scared so we needed help down. Did we, Boboys?
Atlas is just on the climbing frame, so we've got a little climbing frame in Neverland for the little babies to start using just to get them comfortable with climbing before they go into an intro cage. Obviously Atlas is only 3 weeks, so he wouldn't have been climbing very much when he was with mum. He tried it out, which is the main thing. Now he doesn't know what to do. Atlas is just going up into the feeding cage by himself. This is really great progress, and it means that we can start moving on to putting the blankets on the back in the next couple of days. For him to have been here only 5 days and him already be going into the feeding cage independently is really great news. Means he can get a mummy when he is 6 weeks old, as long as he is all healthy and learns the feeding cage in the intro cage. So we are very proud of him. He's just woken up from a nap, so he's quite thirsty at the moment. This is Atlas, just drinking from the feeding cage. He has just gone in by himself for the second time, which is really great news. He's improving really well, and going in by himself to get the milk means that he knows where it is. So we'll let him do that for the rest of the day, and then tomorrow we will set the feeding cage up so he has to go through those holes at the front. This is to mimic a feeding cage in the intro cage and then the troop. So we want to get him on this as soon as possible, and then once he's got that, we'll put a blanket on the back here just so he has to use those holes at the front. Atlas is just sleeping at the moment. He fell asleep when I put him in a burrito to give him some meds. The meds that I've got to give him is FBC, which is a thrush preventative, which they get once a week. Now, I wasn't expecting him to fall asleep so quickly. As soon as I wrapped the blanket around him, he was out. And so I've just decided to just let him sleep. He obviously needs it. He didn't have any tantrums or crying, so I wasn't expecting it. But at the same time, it's really good for him to sleep. The burrito, how he's wrapped at the moment, is very similar to a swaddle for babies. It keeps them nice and warm, it keeps them comforted, it makes them feel like they're being hugged. And it's really great that Atlas is sleeping on a blanket instead of on his carer, just because it promotes individuality and it gives him lots of independence.
So the same with human babies. Every day that goes past, little teeth are forcing their way through the gums. So it is nice for him on one hand to have something to chew, and things that aren't too hard like apples and things like this do help him just soothe those gums a little bit and give him something to bite on while his little teeth are coming out. But you can see he's behaving himself quite well, not putting up too much of a performance, but he certainly does love the little pieces of apple and things like this that he can find just to chew on, just to help him get through this period of his life. And as I mentioned before, little Atlas is doing extremely well. Basically able to find his food and things and select little pieces of stuff that he likes to eat and get in and out of this feeding cage, although it's not the complicated part at the moment. It's more just being able to get there and find his milk and the food bowls and things like that. But once he's used to being in the confined little area, then of course we can start doing different things, as they say, covering the back so he can only come through the little holes, and then see how quickly he learns to get in and out of the feeding cage like that. I suppose there's always those little thoughts of wondering where one comes from and seeing these other monkeys around outside and knowing you've got kind of similarities. So whether or not they know they're in some kind of strange environment and not actually being brought up the way they should be, they do seem to recognize the monkeys on the outside, and I think they do get a longing to be with those, with their own kind again. So yeah, it's always these sad little moments when you see them sitting at the fence and just staring out there and wonder what their life could have been.
Okay, this morning we're at Neverland with little Atlas, and this is his first trip to the big boy cage of Disneyland. So he's been in Neverland for a week due to we've had some rain over the last few days. We didn't want that to be his first experience of Disneyland.
One wonders if this little one actually goes and feels totally amazed at this whole new place, this whole new world. I mean, for him, he's so tiny. Like a little change like this is like a major thing. You've just like been transported from this little room into this massive place where you can see outside, you can see all the things going on, you can start hearing different monkeys and things around the place, and yeah, it's all so much more interesting than it was before. Probably a little bit overwhelming, but it's just amazing how they react, and just having time here to sit and watch him, how he slowly discovers everything around him and his surroundings. And of course, as you can say, he's using the person for his security, making sure he's got somebody to go back to just in case. So just as he would do with his mother, he's going to do little explorations around the place and then go back to his caregiver. Do little explorations around the place and then go back to his caregiver again.
So he's already using the feeding cage, Lena,
Oh yeah, sorry, he is.
and he's already gone in through the holes himself.
Yeah, he struggles to going by himself sometimes, so you have to encourage him, but most of the time he does it well. And then he can get out just fine. It's going in that's the problem.
Yeah.
But he's getting there.
And as he's at least 4 weeks old, he's very close to being able to meet foster mums. So we're already looking to get the cage ready. Go for it. Come on, big jump for the camera. Go on.
Their little hands and feet are so well designed for gripping onto branches and things like this, and they've got amazing strength in their little hands and arms to hold on with. So we sometimes a little bit more overprotective and panic a lot more, but for them they can do the amazing things and recover themselves from slipping and things like this quite easily, especially out in the wild. You don't see them falling very far. They're very good at saving themselves. Well, as little Atlas finds himself something to eat, we come to an end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this new season. Please spread the word, tell your friends, get family members to watch, and anybody that you know might be interested, tell them about this program, and let's see how many more subscribers we can get and see if we can grow the channel this coming year, especially for season 7. Thank you for watching. See you next time.